The British Empire is a thing of the past. The maps showing vast swathes of pink have long been folded away and put into history books. Countries that were once under British rule now govern themselves, making their own laws and forging their own futures. This political chapter has closed, yet something of that old influence remains, not in the form of soldiers or governors, but in the quiet, persistent language of money. It is a financial ghost, an unseen force that continues to connect Britain to the rest of the world in a very powerful way. This legacy is less about territory and more about transactions, a different kind of global reach. When we think of empires, we often picture flags and armies, but the British Empire was also a massive economic project. It built a global network for trade, communication and finance. While the political structures have been dismantled, the financial plumbing they installed has proven remarkably durable. It's like the builders of a house have left, but the wiring and pipes are still in use, now serving a new purpose. This financial infrastructure, modernized and adapted for the 21st century, is what allows the UK to maintain a significant, if sometimes subtle, presence on the world stage long after its colonial era ended. This enduring power isn't a secret conspiracy. It's visible in the daily workings of the global economy. It's in the names of the banks we see on high streets from Hong Kong to New York, and in the way international business deals are often structured under English law. The physical empire may have vanished, but its economic echo continues to reverberate. This financial influence is a complex inheritance, one that shapes how money moves around our planet today. It shows that while empires can officially end, their influence can find new ways to survive and even thrive. Understanding this financial legacy is key to understanding Britain's modern role in the world. It's a story not of conquest, but of capital. It explains how a relatively small island nation can still be a major player in international affairs. The power is no longer projected by warships, but by the flow of investments, the stability of its legal system for contracts, and the expertise concentrated within the City of London. It is a quieter form of power, but in a world driven by economics, it is arguably just as potent as the old one. Take a walk through the business district of almost any major city in the world, and you're likely to see familiar British names. Banks like HSBC and Barclays are not just confined to the UK, they are truly global institutions. HSBC, which originally stood for the Hong Kong and Shanghai Banking Corporation, was founded in 1865 to finance the growing trade between Europe and Asia. Today, it has offices in over 60 countries and territories, from Argentina to Vietnam. This vast network allows it to serve millions of customers and businesses across continents, a clear example of British financial reach. Similarly, Barclays has a history stretching back over 300 years and now operates far beyond its British origins. It has a significant presence in the United States, Europe, Africa, and Asia. These banks act as arteries for global finance, moving money for trade, investment, and personal banking. When a company in South Africa needs a loan to expand its operations, it might turn to a British bank. When an investor in Singapore wants to buy shares on the New York Stock Exchange, their transaction might be handled by a British financial firm. This demonstrates a practical, everyday influence that spans the globe. It's not just the big high street names that have this international footprint. Many other British financial institutions, such as Standard Chartered, have deep roots across Asia, Africa, and the Middle East. These organizations provide more than just bank accounts. They offer investment advice, manage assets for wealthy individuals, and help companies raise money. Their presence in so many countries means they have deep local knowledge, which they combine with their global expertise. This makes them essential partners for international businesses looking to navigate different markets, cementing their importance in the global financial system. This global presence is a self-reinforcing cycle. The more these banks operate internationally, the more trust and experience they build. This, in turn, attracts more clients and more business, further strengthening their position. They become part of the very fabric of the economies in which they operate, facilitating growth and connecting local markets to the wider world. So while the political empire has faded, this corporate empire of finance continues to expand, connecting the UK to the economic pulse of nations far and wide through a web of branches, investments and transactions. The deep global connections of British finance are not an accident. They are a direct echo of the British Empire. The Empire established a common language, English, a familiar legal framework, English common law and trade routes that linked distant parts of the world. These historical connections provided the perfect foundation for British banks and companies to expand. They went where the trade was, and the trade was often within the empire. It was easier to set up a bank in a colony where the laws were understood and the official language was English. These early advantages gave them a head start that they still benefit from today. However, while history opened the door, it is modern strategy that keeps British finance relevant. The focus now is not on colonial administration, but on serving the needs of a fast-paced, interconnected global economy. Financial institutions have adapted, shifting from financing the trade of raw materials like cotton and tea to facilitating complex digital transactions and high-tech investments. The old imperial networks have been repurposed. For instance, a historical link with India might now be used to manage investments for its booming tech sector rather than to fund the railways of the British Raj. This transformation shows a shift from a system based on political dominance to one based on market competitiveness. Today, British financial firms have to compete with rivals from America, China and Europe. Their success is no longer guaranteed by imperial decree, but must be earned through expertise, reliability and innovation. The fact that they continue to be major players shows that they have successfully made this transition. They have leveraged their historical legacy without being trapped by it, using their long-standing international presence as a platform for modern growth and influence. So when we see a bank like Standard Chartered thriving in Africa and Asia, we are seeing both the past and the present at work. The bank's very name and presence are rooted in its imperial history, but its current operations are all about 21st century finance. It's about providing mobile banking to a farmer in Kenya or financing a solar power project in Vietnam. This blend of historical roots and modern focus is what defines the UK's lasting financial influence. It is an empire of capital that has outlived the empire of crowns and colonies, proving to be far more adaptable and resilient. At the heart of this global financial web is one city, London. For centuries, London has been a centre for trade and finance, and today it remains one of the most important financial capitals in the world, alongside New York. The city's power comes from a unique concentration of expertise and institutions. Within a small area known as the City of London, or the Square Mile, you will find the headquarters of major banks, the London Stock Exchange, and countless insurance, legal and asset management firms. This density creates a powerful gravitational pull, attracting talent and capital from all over the globe. One of London's key strengths is its role as the world's leading centre for foreign exchange trading. Every day, trillions of dollars worth of currencies are traded through the city, more than in any other location on Earth. This means that when a Japanese company wants to buy something from a German company, the currency exchange is very likely to happen through a bank in London. The city also dominates other specific markets, such as international insurance, with historic institutions like Lloyd's of London insuring everything from ships to satellites. This specialization makes London indispensable to many global industries. Furthermore, the English legal system is another crucial pillar of London's financial dominance. International business contracts are often written under English law because it is seen as stable, fair, and predictable. When major international companies have a dispute, they frequently choose to resolve it in London's commercial courts, regardless of where the companies are based. This legal reliability provides a secure foundation for global business, making London a trusted neutral ground for complex international deals. It's an invisible but incredibly valuable asset that underpins the city's financial status. In conclusion, the United Kingdom's role in the world has fundamentally changed since the end of its empire, but its financial influence remains remarkably strong. Through its global banks, its historic yet modernized networks, and the immense gravity of London as a financial centre, the UK continues to be a key player in the global economy. This financial empire, built on capital, law and expertise, has proven to be a lasting legacy. It ensures that even without a vast territorial empire, Britain's voice still carries significant weight in the interconnected world of the 21st century.